Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys make $21 million decision on Micah Parsons' contract. The Dallas Cowboys are ensuring that Micah Parsons sticks around for at least 2 more years by activating a key contract clause. Parsons is the face of the Cowboys' defense and arguably the team's best player, so it's a no-brainer to keep him around. First-round rookie deals are all built with a 5th-year team option available. On April 24, the Cowboys triggered Parsons' 5th-year deal for 2025, according to ESPN reporter Todd Archer. The Cowboys have officially picked up Micah Parsons' 5th-year option for 2025 at a cost of $21.324 million, per source. The price is determined by the position where he took the most snaps in 2023, which was defensive end. Ultimately, team hopes to sign him to long-term deal, Archer wrote on X. As Archer explains, this is more of insurance than anything else. Parsons' second NFL contract will pay him even more than $21.3 million a season, and Dallas should be willing to fork out the cash. But for now, the Cowboys can at least know that they have full control over him for another 2 years. If things break bad for one reason or another, they now have the ability to trade him next offseason. If Parsons plays on his 5th-year option in 2025, the $21.3 million salary will be more than the first 4 years of his deal combined. However, this first contract will be a fraction of what he'll be paid in the years after. Dallas has said they are preparing for that deal. On April 16, Cowboys CEO Stephen Jones spoke on the process of extending Parsons as well as QB Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. It doesn't mean it happens overnight, Jones said. But when you're wanting to sign players like Dak, Prescott, and Micah, Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb, then you have to hold money back if you want to have a realistic chance of signing those guys. That might explain the quiet offseason, but there are also variables at hand. Namely, Dallas has an extensive amount of dead cap hit limiting their budget. For 2024, Spotrac estimates $17 million in dead cap space, and a good chunk of that will carry into the 2025 budget. As mentioned above, Parsons isn't the only player set for a big extension. Lamb will be paid a gargantuan amount going forward. It's really just a matter of when the extension happens. Over-the-cap estimates that Lamb was worth about $26 million during the 2023 season. Considering the elite WR market is being set around $30 million, that range is likely where Lamb will fall. However, ESPN's Todd Archer did make an interesting point that Lamb and Minnesota Vikings WR Justin Jefferson are both waiting on extensions. The two WRs both want the top salary or close to it. So both could be waiting for the other's deal to drop. There's a staring contest going on at the moment, Archer wrote on X. Neither one wants to go first unless they're blown out of the water. Either way, both Lamb and Jefferson will be rolling in the cash soon. Cowboys news: Prescott, Lamb contracts dominate Dallas pre-draft discussion. Even though contract talks are stagnant, it appears Dallas still wants Dak. As the 2024 NFL Draft rapidly approaches, the Cowboys find themselves balancing their big board and the reality of needing to secure current cornerstone talent for the future. That includes Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons, effectively dubbed the Big Three in Dallas. So, to put it plainly, what's the holdup? We'd like to see more leaves fall, said owner and general manager Jerry Jones, speaking from the team's pre-draft press conference. We'd like to see more action. It's called option quarterback. I've spent my life playing option quarterback. I want to see some more cards played. In other words, Jones and the Cowboys don't feel they have enough information, be it from the player's side of the negotiation and the market itself, to formulate their offers, understanding fully that conventional wisdom dictates the longer the wait, the more expensive the contract. All told, the front office in Dallas prefers to move slowly and deliberately. When you're talking about big contracts like Dak, CD, and Micah, those things don't happen overnight, said Executive Vice President and Director of Player Personnel Stephen Jones. Those things take time. There's timing based on what other teams are doing at their position. There's a lot of moving parts. Certainly, you want to get it right. When you're paying the type of money we ultimately will have to keep them, you want to make sure you get it right. Some came away from Tuesday's press conference less than pleased. The majority of Cowboys fans came away from Tuesday's pre-draft press conference either confused or mad. And probably both. But for all the headline-grabbing quotes and sports talk show sound bites to come out of the Q&A session, there was one sentence where Jones may have slipped up and told the honest-to-God truth. Over the course of 52 minutes, Jerry and Stephen Jones managed to restoke the fires that kicked up after his infamous all-in comments. They got testy trying to justify why their three most important players are still waiting on contract extensions 100 days after getting bounced from the playoffs. They offered explanations about how the salary cap works, as if the concept is brand new and just too complicated for the average fan to grasp. In short, they attempted to make themselves sound like rocket scientists who have some singularly unique understanding of how to assemble a championship roster, even though they haven't done so in 3 decades. But Jones refuses to set the market with Dak Prescott. He wants to wait to see what Justin Jefferson and Ja'Marr Chase get before sitting down with CD Lamb. He's happy to deal with Micah Parsons only when he has to, even if it's exponentially pricier once he gets there. And he's more than willing to look his lame duck head coach square in the eye and tell him to win more with a lesser roster. If not for the owner's homespun bravado and Carnival Barker proclamations about the promise of the 2024 Cowboys, one could look at the situation as a whole and think that the true mission this year in Frisco isn't to win a ring, because that's unrealistic. It's to just make it to 2025, when they can blow it all up and start over and paint everybody else as the reason for the reset. Proposed scenario sees Dak Prescott bolt Cowboys for hated rival. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott could realistically sign with another team next offseason, but this one would hurt more than anything. Prescott is entering the final year of his deal during the 2024 season with no contract extension in place. While team owner Jerry Jones maintains that the Cowboys want Prescott to remain in Dallas as the franchise quarterback moving forward, there is still no ink to paper. In a proposed scenario by Fox Sports' Nick Wright, he brings up the New York Giants as a potential landing spot for the 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback. While the Giants hold a top pick, number 6, in the 2024 NFL Draft, Wright proposes the franchise stick with Daniel Jones at quarterback for 1 more year before making a move for Prescott and former New England Patriots coaching legend Bill Belichick. If you are the Mara family, you have the 6th pick in the draft, Wright said on Tuesday, April 23. But a lot of people have a team trading up in front of you, and you don't draft a quarterback. You have another year with Daniel Jones, which means you have another disappointing season. And you have the opportunity in the offseason to say, hey, we're going to bring in Dak Prescott to be our quarterback, and Bill Belichick to be our head coach. The Giants are coming off of an extremely disappointing 6-11 campaign after winning a playoff game during a surprising 2022 season. New York then signed Jones to a 4-year, $160 million contract with $92 million guaranteed last offseason, a move that they now likely regret. However, New York can move on from Jones during the 2025 offseason with a $22 million dead cap hit. Wright goes so far as to say that bringing in Prescott and Belichick would remake their entire team. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.